Eventful day. Just finished crying. Big day. Finished book. It is finished. This is a big step. Now that this book is finished, I'm going to write another one, and the new one is going to be the first in a the first actual Mist Dunny writing a universe book. And we're gonna go big with it. And it's gonna be very stressful. And it's gonna mean a lot of responsibility. And it's gonna be stripping away a lot of layers of the pad. Dignity, integrity, all that stuff. I knew this was gonna happen. It's still a strange development. The lay of the land calling out for global geopolitical reasons, the lay of the land, the actual lay of this island calling out a couple of years ago. Story goes that I'm not the only one that listened. Some got here a bit before me, some a bit after me. I know no one is doing what I'm doing. People have attested that to me before. There's the shepherdess prophecy, which has seen this coming. There's the money burning in 91, which is 4 years before I was even born. And is all the same storyline. And I'm gonna make something big out of it. There's about 400 years of British Empire to remedy. There's an entire civilization that got off on the wrong foot and then just got itself deeper and deeper into shit. There's that story. Ask the sub-genie about it. It is a big task. And the last question that I asked the I Ching before finishing the book, and I know that it was the last question I had to ask. I look like I have a black eye, it's horrible. It's just makeup, don't worry. The last question is, what's the real life magic story? I already got emotional when I did the divination, which by now, with my skill level, is more like theurgy, like channeling. I've mentioned that before. It's different masks every time. And this time, last question in my studies, I'm just gonna read you like the sequence of it. I'm gonna cry. There's a lot of pain. There's a lot of pain in that story. That's the story of Gaia. Listen to the Red Hot Chili Peppers. They fucking talk about it. I'm not even on the music level yet. I'm not even on that level yet. That's yet to come next year. The next 6 months are gonna be intense. I've prepared well. It's gonna be a lot. So before casting the divination, Yarrow Stock Method, Metal Wands, Red Velvet, Matte to make it nice, make it ritualistic. What is the real life magic story? Preliminary answer: soulmates conquering adversity as politically engaged individuals who create reality together. I have personal experience with that storyline, and it is encoded in the I Ching, which is a specific spirit current picked up and programmed by King Wen, as legend goes. It has its very specific imagery, and it spells out a very specific story, with imagery from romance, courtship, family, state, war. I feel like there's more, but so engaging with that story, soulmates conquering adversity, and bringing it into the modern age, because it's thousands of years old, and it is based in oracle bones from prehistoric times. Is old. This is old magic, and it does translate very well into the modern age if you engage with it on its own terms, and not on the terms of people writing about it, and not on the terms of fucking Confucius, who, according to Wikipedia, is the reason that, like, Neo-Confucianism established the patriarchy in China, and that's an entire different story, because in the context of women often being female shamans, that is just a story of cruelty and violence, so I'm not gonna engage with that now. That's for later. The real life magic story is the story of breaking bondage and forging bonds, which is the process of transformation. There's the bondage of state, which has to be replaced with a bond with the land. That's a druid level. Magic is openness, it is change, it adapts to its environment, and it turns you into a receptor until you identify with magic, until you say, I am magic. That is the point of magic for humans, to identify with it, to become aware, receptive, and attuned to it, because it is a living, breathing thing that exists outside of us, which is relevant and interesting, and also not something that manifests in our lives right now, and there's various reasons for that, and I'm not going to go into them, because I'm just going to provide the remedy, because I'm not going to give any strength to that which produced the calamity and chaos that we find ourselves in these current times. So it is receptivity to sensation. It goes into your body, it gives you shivers. I can feel in my head my awareness of my thoughts when I do the I Ching. Not only then, but, it is trained by that tool. I can feel my awareness going from my left brain to my right brain. I can feel the memories shifting and the thought modes shifting. When I do the I Ching, I can feel a rise when it's a yang line and a lowering when it's a yin line. I can sometimes, especially when I'm, a bit buzzed, chemical in stimulation, I can feel which trigram I'm going to get while I'm casting the I Ching. It's awareness, it's sensation, it goes into your body. It's an interplay between yourself and the magic. that exists outside of you, it's a gift. Because our brains are way too fucking big to exist comfortably on the physical plane. And so it is a tool to master life. And the level that I've reached at the end of the book, the very last 2 lines, there was no more Mask, there was no Odin, who I've pledged my life to because Hitler's legacy, literally just Hitler's legacy, but combating fascism, I can transform Odin, that's not a problem. I'm already on very good terms with them. But then going beyond that, beyond the one god that you identify with, and going beyond that feels like talking directly to the creator as a depersonalized entity that is not a deity. It does not have a character. It doesn't have a personality, but it is a person. I cried when that happened. And then the last line is book done. There was no more information to be gained. No more information to be gained. So after talking directly to the creator, which is a very gentle sensation, it's very gentle and loving. The purpose of magic for humans is to participate in creation. Now, animals create. They create. They are intelligent. But they do not participate in creation, in the impersonal process of transformation and change that runs through existence. Now this ties into the Song of Gaia, which is going to be sort of my master thesis once I've finished my self-directed bard education, because the druid is the magic practitioner native to this island, to the United Kingdom of Great Britain. Fuck off. You're not gonna get that power. You're not gonna get that power. Your power's broken. If we're going into the age of myth and legend, then this island will be Avalon, the Emerald Island. And from here, the green beauty and healing is going to spread over the globe. Because fuck Empire. And Atlantis is lost, is sunken, unless we can manifest an island out of the ocean. You can proclaim yourself an Atlantean if you want, but you'd fare much better to join my efforts as a druid of Avalon. And I'm 100% serious about that. And a friend did ask me if I'm prepared to pull this through to the end. That was it. During what should have been an emotional conversation about what's going on between the two of us, but what he said instead was, I've got it written more. I'm gonna pull this through to the end. And I don't know if it was him talking or not, but I just said yes with conviction. And that was that. That was a big moment, and it was so small in the end, but I meant it. So the druid is someone who reads the signs of the times, someone who keeps a history of the tribe, someone who has political power and influence because of their wisdom and experience. Obviously, beginning of the job training is going to be a build-up. It's going to be a build-up. So we've got the political power, we've got the wisdom, we've got the experience with the other world, we've got a potential shaman. It is a shamanic profession. Shamanic. We've got the bardic, and artistic angle, because you have to be an artist to be able to access this sort of wisdom. Now the lucky thing is that there is, because of the entertainment industry bullshit that the UK and Hollywood, etc. Hollywood is even worse, but the UK has people in mainstream culture, or in culture in general, that qualify as druids simply because of the way they practice their art. There's Alan Moore, there's Grant Morrison, there's Kay Tempest. With a little bit of training, the band Halos, they have a good feeling for it. If they're interested, yes. Tom Hardy, watching his show Taboo over and over again, Tom Hardy has the right sensibility. Idris Elba has the maturity. I've not seen him in serious enough roles. I would like to see what he comes up with. It's a crazy life. It's a wild life. And it hasn't even started yet. But this is where I'm at. The book is done. My research is done. All the research I could ever need about magic in my entire life is done. I have nothing more to learn from books about magic. Everything else now is just experiment and experience. Which is insane. But also frees up a lot of time to study, like, herbalism and sound engineering, physics. If I can, I want to figure out levitation, if it is possible. The limits of the imagination apply to science, you know. We're gonna start with maths. Blah, 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 yeah. That's gonna be in service of Avalon. More to come soon, that's all I have for now. The next step will be entering the mist mind state and actually writing this damn thing. Because no one knows I'm doing it yet, so I can pretty much do whatever I want, so I'm going to put in all the good bits of all the good lore that I've ever encountered. And I'm going to make it work, and I'm going to make it thorough. I'm going to be thorough with this, I promise that. I've already been thorough in my studies. And look where it got me. Cool. Thank you for watching. This is the longest video blog yet. Now you know where I'm at. Merging the timelines, it's fun. I don't look like it, but it's fun. I'm just having a very emotional evening. Good night.